Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So it's really super gloomy outside and it has been for the past few days. So I turned on my overhead lights, but I don't want to turn on my art lights because it's absolutely going to flatten all the colors. And hopefully the camera is going to be able to pick up on some of the beautiful stuff that's going on. So I have been working on all of these different portraits just a little bit at a time, and I'm just going to bring it up closer just so you can see, you know, some of the beautiful color fields and interest. And all of these portraits that I'm going to show you, they are in various stages of completion. Plus, I started them all off with making them into monsters. So I'm just so enthralled with this whole idea of painting a monster. Like, it is so freeing. I'm not like really stilted. I'm not worried about do I have the proportions right? You know, how is it going to turn out? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just simply letting go, playing, having fun. And that is always a great entry point into creativity. And even this over here, it started off being a monster, and I'm really loving so much of what is going on. Like, look at all the depth and interest and just, you know, beautiful, luscious textures, irregularities. And this one over here, and I also started a new one, which I'm really, really loving as well. So we're just going to dive right into this lady over here, and I think I'm going to keep her eyes closed. Like, I didn't start off with that intention, but it just kind of morphed into being that way, and I'm actually, you know, at this point, I'm fine with it. I might change my mind later, but I'm just going to add some of this Liquitex ink just to kind of add some colors, warm things up a little bit. And there we go. Now, I did lay off some colors off to the side here. They are Luminous Opera, Cad Red Light, and a Yellow Ochre. So I started off with my Naples Yellow, but you know, I just changed it to Yellow Ochre. I don't know, I was just feeling it. There was no like reason. Sometimes I just kind of, you know, I'm feeling something. There's not like a particular reason, and sometimes there is a reason. Like when I started off this painting, oh, that brings me to the point. Somebody brought up a very good point, which I will get into in a minute. But when I started off this painting, I very consciously went with a Prussian blue, which is a very cool blue. Like, normally I use my ultramarines, but I wanted to go with Prussian, and I also went with a Naples yellow because I wanted a warm yellow. So the reason why I picked that is because I wanted drama. Like, I just wanted that instant drama. But somebody brought up a very good point, or, you know, another way of working, and they were talking about a mother color palette. And from my limited understanding of that, because I did take a few color classes many years ago, so basically how that works when you have a mother palette is okay, let me explain this and try to get it right without muddling it up. So you have one color that, you know, you call the mother color, and then what you do is any other color that you pick in your palette, you mix a little bit of the mother color with all of the other colors. So just say your mother color is Cad Red Light, for instance. Well, then every other color in your palette that you use, you're going to mix a little bit of the Cad Red Light. But the person who left the comment, they said there's another way to work with the mother color as well. And that's where you, and I don't know if, I could be getting this wrong. So if somebody knows, like if this is wrong and somebody knows that it's wrong, please feel free to correct me. But they said like you can mix a few different colors and make a mud. And then every other color on your palette that you use, you just use a little bit of that muddy color. So I don't know if I got that right. I do know about the first way of using it, where you pick one color and then you just mix every color on your palette. That was the one, the mother color palette. That was the one I used when I took an art color class many years ago. So there are different ways of working, you guys. This is just a, you know, you absolutely do not have to use my color palette at all. Actually, it would be better if you know, use your own color palette, learn how to trust yourself, and just lean into what you love. The whole thing about painting a monster is that, you know, a lot of times when we paint portraits, especially, it can be really intimidating. So I just think this painting the monster is such a good idea because you're not worried about all those things that you're normally worried about. And it's just really freeing. And besides that main point of you're just letting loose, it's also a great way to inject energy into your page. And, you know, just make some really juicy, beautiful stuff that wouldn't otherwise happen. But also too, another great reason to work in this way with the with painting a monster is that you are making such delicious color feels. You know, because like I said, red isn't red. You know, the lips. Well, lips aren't really one color. Neither is skin, neither are eyes. Like nothing is one color. Hair, it's the same thing with anything you paint. An apple. There are so many different colors that go into it, and this way you're not really being restricted by your preconceptions of what something is. Like you're just gonna get like really beautiful, delicious, unexpected color feels, and it's just fun. It's just playful, you know, and that's always a good thing, I think, when we're painting, just to be in a state of play. And just gonna add a little bit of my chalk paint here. Now I'm just gonna bring this up closer and just look at the beautiful stuff that's happening in the lips, like the colors, the values, and even some textures. Like there's a lot of beautiful stuff that's going on. And even though she is looking kind of, you know, a little rough, she also has a lot of personality, and I'm really loving this. It's just like a really I don't know, it's just like so interesting for me to work this way. And sometimes when I find out a new way of working or some new technique or something, I get like totally obsessed, which is why I like, look, I'm doing so many, like that portrait and then all the ones I showed you before this one. Like I'm just obsessed with working in this way because I'm learning so much. It's just, yeah. And I think I'm also gonna like just, you know, use different colors, use different values, when you're starting off with your monster, like I'm gonna like really experiment just using all sorts of different things. And just bringing in like lots of different, like that's an orange, which normally I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't necessarily go for orange with skin tones, but I'm really loving it. And I'm just going to work on the background a little bit here. So I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer again, you guys, just so you can see. And even now, I'm not like fully honed in on all of the facial features. Like things might, you know, move a little bit, but I'm okay with that. There's just a sense of ease and flow and playfulness that comes from working in this way, because I'm starting off from a point of just pure playing. Like I'm just gonna paint a monster. It almost like puts me in a like, oh, you know, I'm a kid and I'm just playing and I'm just painting a monster. Anyways, you guys, I'm rambling on, but I'm gonna let this dry and then I am going to come back and just work on it a little bit more. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.